Hello, good morning dear students. Welcome back to my today's class. So as we are studying the biology, second year PUC biology subject, and then I completed in previous class, I completed the first unit, that is reproduction. Okay, in that we have seen sexual reproduction in flowering plant we have completed, and then we have seen the next unit, that is genetics. And about genetics we have studied in the chapter principle of inheritance and variation. And in today's class, I am going to start the last unit of your syllabus, that is unit number 10, ecology. And in that, I am going to deal in today's class the chapter number 13, that is organisms and population. So we will discuss about, first briefly I will tell you the introduction about the ecology, and then we will see the some terms which is used in the ecology, and then we will move to the chapter. Okay. So first we will start with the unit number 10, and what the name of unit is? Ecology. Okay. So first of all I will tell you about this unit, and then we will move to the next topic. Okay. So ecology. Eco means ecology. This is the word which comes from the two Greek words. First word is the oikos and another one is the logos. Oikos means home and logos means to study. So this is about the ecology. So in this unit what you are going to study, ecology means you have to study about the organisms. All the organisms which may be what? The microorganisms. They may be the animals, plants. They may be smaller microscopic to the larger organisms. Okay. So in this unit you have to study about the ecology. So particularly all the organisms live in a particular area, and then all the organisms are dependent on one another for their sources. See, we are the animals, we are the organisms, we are depending on the plants. So plants are also living organisms. For what purpose we are depending? To complete our need of food. Okay. Similarly here, in this unit you have to study the totally 4 chapters. Okay. So in that we have to study first of all about the organisms, and then you have to study the population, and then how the organisms lives together in a particular area and how they interact among themselves, that we have to see, and then about the environment. The organisms where they live surrounding, or they live in a particular condition, and that condition is called as the environment. Okay. So in this unit, totally 4 chapters are there. In that, chapter number 13. The first chapter is the chapter number 13. That name is organisms and population. That I am going to start in today's class. So firstly, I will tell briefly about organisms and population. What the chapter name is there, and right here. The chapter number is the 13, and the name is organisms and populations. Okay. So listen, I told you totally 4 chapters are there in this ecology. First one is the organisms and population. The second chapter is the ecosystem. Third one is the biodiversity, and fourth one is the environmental issue. So whenever we will see the name of these all the chapters, we can see here in this unit what the study is there about the organisms, about the population, and about the area where they live, means environment. Okay. So firstly I will tell you the brief introduction about this organisms and population topic. This is the topic from the ecology unit. In this topic you have to study about the organisms and the population. So what it means, first of all you have to see the different organisms. Okay, how they can live in a particular environment. So all the organisms together, they form a community, they live together in a particular area or in a particular condition. So that is called as the ecosystem. So how the organisms live with each other, together they live, and how they interact among themselves. The next one is we have to see about the population. Population, in that what? You have to study about the interactions, also population interaction. So as I can told you that one organism is dependent on the other organism. Okay. So that relation is called as what? That is called as the population interaction you will have to study. So that population interaction is again of the different types. So what are that? That we have to study in this topic. So before going to see about the organisms and population, we have to see the introduction of this topic. It is what? Living world is fascinatingly diverse and amazingly complex. Amazingly complex. So this fascinatingly diverse means what? We can see here diverse. Diverse, that is diversity. So I told you that our living world is fascinatingly diverse. Diverse means the different forms are there. So as I told you, already you know that they may be unicellular, multicellular, they may be the prokaryotic, eukaryotic, they are microscopic, larger. So these are what the different forms are there. So diverse, the meaning is what? Different forms of living organisms are there and they are amazingly complex. So its complexity is of different types. So we can try to understand its complexity by investigating the various processes of biological organization. So which are that processes of biological organization? I'll write here. Processes of biological organization. I told you that we can try to understand its complexity by investigating the various processes of biological organization, and which are those processes? They may be the macromolecules, and next one is there may be the cell type, tissues, okay, and next one is organs, individuals, population, next is we can see the communities, next ecosystem, and biome. So these all are the various levels of biological organization. So as I told you, the living world is fascinatingly diverse and amazingly complex. So how we can try to understand its complexity by investigating the various processes of biological organization, and which are these biological processes are? They may be macromolecules or macromolecules. So as I told you, the molecules or the nutrient which is required to the organisms. So it is depend on what? The amount, that is macro means larger amount, micro means smaller amount. Next one is cell type. So as I told you, the diversity of organism is there, means different forms of organism is there. They may be the different cell. Okay, so as you know, the cell are of two types, prokaryotic, eukaryotic. Some organisms can be prokaryotic cell and some are maybe the eukaryotic cell. And another thing is, some may be the unicellular, some may be the multicellular. Unicellular means made up of single cell, multicellular means made up of more than one cell. Next one is the tissues. So as you know that the different types of tissues are there, that already you have studied in your PUC first year. So tissues in animals, the different types of tissues are there with various functions. In plants, the different types of tissues are there with various functions. And next one is about the organ. So organ also we can see the different organs are present in the different organisms. In plants it may be different and in animals it may be different. Next one is the individual species. And next population. Population is a group of species. Next community. So all the different forms or all the different group of population or organisms, they together constitute a unit, and that is called as a community. And then next ecosystem. So all the living organisms, okay, they form a biological community and they interact with its ecosystem and environment is called as ecosystem. And next one is the biome. Okay, so these all are the concepts of the biological organization. Next one is, we have to see the next point is, actually this biological organization is based on the 4 levels of biological organization. So actually the ecology is depend on 4 levels of organization. And which are those? First one, already I have written their name. Population will come first. And second one is the community. And next one is the ecosystem. And the fourth one is the bio. So you just remember this ecology is depend on the four levels of biological organization, and that are first one is the population, second one is the community, third one is ecosystem, and fourth one is the bio. So this is about the introduction of the topic, that is ecology. Unit and topic is organisms and population. So now next point we have to discuss about the some of the terms or some terminologies which is used to study the ecology. So what are that? We'll see now. First of all, we'll study or we'll discuss about the definition of ecology. Some terms which is used to study the ecology. So first we'll see the definition of ecology. Okay, so as I told you, this ecology came from a Greek word, that is two Greek words. So which are those? Greek word. First one is oikos, means home, and logos means to study. Got the point? It is from the two Greek words. So in that first one is the oikos and second one is the logos. So oikos means home, logos means to study. So by this word only we can get the meaning of ecology. So as I told you, ecology means the study of living organisms. Okay, study of interaction among the living organisms and which interact with its ecosystem or environment. So as I told you, all the different forms of living organisms live together in a surrounding. So that is ecology, that is environment, and that terms means what? All lives together in an environment, so it is called as a home. And next one is logos, means to study. So we have to study that living organism where they are living in a particular one home and how they can interact among themselves, and also how they interact with its environment is called as the ecology. Okay, so the ecology, components of ecology is of two components. One is the biotic component and another one is the abiotic component. Biotic means living, abiotic means non-living. So this word ecology is came from Greek word and which is coined by, means this term is coined by the scientist whose name is the Ernest Haeckel. Just remember the name of scientist. It may be asked in one mark questions in examination. That is who coined the term ecology. So you have to remember the name is the Ernest Haeckel. Okay. Now we'll see the definition of ecology. Okay. So what is the definition? The ecology is branch of biology deals with the study of interaction among living organisms living organisms and which may also called as biotic, okay, and environment. And the environment is what? Abiotic. As I told you, it has two components, abiotic and biotic. So listen now, the definition is ecology. Ecology is the branch of biology which deals with the study of interaction among living organisms. That living organisms are called as the biotic component, and with its environment, and which is the abiotic. So here the interaction among the living organisms. So one organism is dependent on another for their sources, for to complete their needs. So this interaction, also that living organisms interact with its environment, and that is called as the ecology. So now next we will see one by one terms which is used in the study of ecology. So the next term is the population. So population. Next is the definition of population is population consists of individuals of same species in a given place. Okay. What is meant by population? Population consists of, or population is nothing but it is an individual of same species in a given place. In a particularly area, all the same species lives together. Okay, so that all group of the same species are called as the population. And the next one is we have to see about the communities. The definition is next communities. Okay. So what is meant by communities? Communities means here, I'll write the definition. A biological community is formed by assemblage of group of population of all different individuals and interact among themselves. Okay, among themselves is called as communities. Okay, see the definition. Communities means it is a biological community is formed. A biological community means living community is formed by assemblage of group of population. So what the same species group of population is there? Similarly, the group of population of all the different individual species are together, and then here what happens? Lives in a particular area and they interact among themselves. All the different organisms interact among themselves, and that is called as the communities. Okay, so this is about community. Here we have seen the three definitions: ecology, population and community. Next we will see the remaining terms of ecology. Next we will see about the environment, ecosystem. We will see next one is definition about the next term, that is environment. Okay, we'll see the definition of environment. The definition is the surroundings or condition in which the organisms can live is called as the environment. The organisms can live is called as the environment. So one definition is the surrounding or the condition in which the organisms can live. So organisms means they may be the plants, they may be the animals, small plants or animals. Okay. Next, another definition we'll see about the environment, and which is, I'll write here the another definition. The entire living organisms forms a community and live in surrounding which is non-living. That is nothing but what? The physical environment. This is another definition for environment. What is the definition? The entire living organisms forms a community and lives in a surrounding which is non-living. Non-living means the environment is called as the environment. Okay, so this is about the definition of the next term. We'll see ecosystem. What is the definition? The entire living that is biotic living community interact with its environment that is abiotic environment and depend on one another and together constitute integrated unit. Integrated unit is called as ecosystem. Okay, what is the definition of ecosystem? The definition of ecosystem is the entire living community. Living community means biotic component, okay, that interact with its environment, and environment is the abiotic component, and they are depend on one another. And together they constitute an integrated unit, and that is called as an ecosystem. In common language, if you want to understand what is the definition, all the different organisms, they live in a particular area, and where they are living, they interact with their environment, that is physical environment, and that is called as the ecosystem. Next one is, the next term we'll see, habitat. Okay, so what is the habitat means? The place of living place where the organisms can live. Okay, so what is the definition got to know? Habitat means the place where the organisms can live. So particularly you know that the different forms of organisms are there and they can live in a different places. Some forms of organisms can live in the water, so they are called as what? Aquatic. Some can be lives in a land, so they are called as a terrestrial. Again on the land the different forms are there. Some can live in the forest. So next one is some can live in the grassland ecosystem. Similarly the water different forms are there. They can live in a river and then oceans, seas, lake waters, pond waters. So different forms of organisms are there. So the habitat means the place of living organisms. Okay, that place is called as what? Habitat of that organism. The next terms we'll see now. These are the following terms, and again what? The next term we'll see about the niche and the biome. The two more terms are there. Niche. What is the definition? The place of living organisms where they live and interact with its ecosystem. Interact with its ecosystem. So as I told you, ecosystem means what? All the living organisms together they constitute an integrated unit, and that is called as the ecosystem. So next one is a niche. Means the definition of niche is the place of living organisms where they can live in a particular area and they can interact with its ecosystem is called as a niche. To understand this, I will give you one example. Is the niche of rabbit is grassland. Okay, so you can see the rabbit, its particular environment is what? The grassland. Ecosystem is grassland ecosystem. Usually the more number of rabbits you can observe in a grassland area, so in that, by living in that area, that rabbits can be interact with its environment or ecosystem. So that place is called as what? Niche. So just remember one example. Niche means the niche of rabbit is the grassland. Niche means the place of living of an organism where they can live and interact with its ecosystem. The last term we'll see about the biome. Biome, the definition of biome is the large naturally found community of fauna, which means animals, and flora, which means plants. Okay, you can see here biome. Biome means a large naturally occurring community. Naturally occurring means the community which is naturally present, and that is community of fauna and flora. Fauna means, remember, the animals, and flora means the plants. So what it means, biome means you can observe forests are there. Okay, so forest, in that also different forms of forest we can see. So they are naturally present. The community of that animals, wild animals in the forest, that is naturally. So whatever the naturally formed communities are there, the communities may be of fauna and flora, such communities are called as the biome. So just remember, fauna means animals and flora means the plant. So this is about some of the terms what we are seeing in today's class. So next I will tell you some examples of naturally formed biomes which are present in the India, that we'll see the major biomes of India. Major biomes of India. We'll see major biomes of India. Okay, biomes means already you know the naturally occurring community of fauna and flora. So what are the? It takes a large surface area, a large geographical area, and what are the major biomes of India? We'll see. First one is Arctic and Alpine tundra. You just remember the names. Next one is coniferous forest. Coniferous forest. Next one is tropical forest. Tropical rainforest. Next we can see desert. So first I told you Arctic and Alpine tundra, coniferous forest, tropical and desert. Next temperate. So these are the few examples for the major biomes of India. So this is about biome. So now up to this what we are seeing, some of the terms which is used to study the ecology, and they are the ecology definition we are seeing, then population definition, then ecosystem, environment, habitat, biome, niche, community. So these are all the terms we are seeing. So this is the basic or introduction part of this topic, and now we'll move to the next important part from where the topic will start. So first of all we'll start with the, so as I told you, the ecology has two components, one is the living and another one is the non-living. So living means I told you the biotic component, and non-living means abiotic component. So what examples will come for biotic? We can see the living organisms, the plants, they may be plants, they may be the animals. So next one is what are the abiotic components that we have to study. So first one is, we'll see, the heading is major abiotic factors. Abiotic factors. In the environment or in the ecosystem, a major biotic factors are there. More abiotic factors are there, but the different. So abiotic means living, sorry, non-living. So non-living, what the factors will come? It may be the temperature, light, soil, water, gases is present in the atmosphere. So these all the non-living will comes in the abiotic factors. Among all these abiotic factors, which are the major and very important factors for the biotic components that we'll see? First one is, we'll see the temperature. Temperature. Next one is light. Next, the third one is the water, and fourth one is the soil. So as I told you, various different forms of abiotic factors are there in the environment or ecosystem. So in that, out of this all the abiotic factors, the four are the major and which are very important for the living organism. So which are those? First one is the temperature, second one is the light, water and soil. So these are the major abiotic factors. In this point we have to see how these abiotic factors are very important and which is very useful for the environment or which is very useful for the living organisms which can live in the environment. First briefly I will tell, first of all the temperature. So as you know, the temperature ranges differently in a different places. Okay, they may ranges from zeros to the different degrees of the temperature. So the organisms particularly they are living in a particular area. So for as a temperate region, if you see in a desert region the different organisms are there, and in cool places the different forms of organisms are there. So similarly the temperature ranges from zeros to the sub levels of the different temperature. So which is very important aspects for the living organism for the developmental processes. Next one is the light. So light is also very important. Okay, day duration, night duration, the period of light is what the different. By that the organisms can interact with the light. That is a very component of environment. Next one is the water. Water is very essential and important component of the ecosystem. Without water we can't imagine the life of living organisms. So how it is important we have to see in this one. Next the soil. So as the soil is also very important. Its complexity and its fertility is very important to grow the plants. If plants can grow, then only the organisms can survive. So these are the 4 important abiotic factors. In detail, one by one we have to see. So about this temperature, light, water and soil, that we'll see in detail in the next class. Okay. So what the point we have seen in today's class is introduction about the ecology, and the name of chapter is the population and organisms and population. So briefly I will tell you the introductory part of this topic and this unit. In next class we will see the next point of the chapter. Until that, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.